So if you're trying to be an authentic person in an organization that's actively coming in the way of your trying to be authentic, what is the recommendation? I heard you talk about courage. Of course, it is what it takes. But how do you stay true to your core in an environment just trying to take it away from you?
The first step is you have to know what the core is.
Right.
Look, most of us don't know. When we teach our program, when we spend 3 days with people, we spend almost all of the 3 days helping people discover the core. Looking at their challenging life stories, looking at their intrinsic, their extrinsic motivations.
Yeah.
When have they been at their best? What is the deeper purpose that's driving through them? What's the core values that no matter what you do, they're going to be with you whether you like them or not? They're not the aspirational ones. They're the ones that when you ignore them, life gets really complicated. And as we look at that, having that base to stand on means that you're much more able to discern what's appropriate or inappropriate for you in a business context. And I think that's the biggest challenge we have. Look, we live in a world today that my colleague Scott Snook has helped coin in the 1990s called the VUCA world.
Yes.
The volatile, uncertain, chaotic, ambiguous world. Now, if the external world's incredibly uncertain, where do we find certainty?
Yes.
We have to find it inside here. You, of course, speak a lot about this with individuals, and even with engineers, as you were telling me. And the challenge is that's a completely different concept than most of us were brought up in. Like most of us have been brought up saying, here's what you do, and if you go to the airport, there's always going to be a book that says, here's how to be a great leader. Now, the fact that every time you go to the airport, it's a different book, so it suggests that there's probably something wrong with this picture, right?
True. True.
Each one of us has a unique combination of things that if we can own them, then we don't lose them. But the challenge is you got to know what they are first.
I agree, and I have worked with you in the program, so I distinctly remember the parts where we were looking at the lows and we saw how we had stepped away from our purpose and not even realized it. So I agree, leadership is a journey within, and knowing the core is really important. So I want to shift the conversation to the whole, discovering your purpose, and again, this is something that a lot of leaders are interested in, working on and finding out more.